Hi Aquarius, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, fall out 6 or 7 tarot cards, however many, until I feel like it's time to stop. And then look at that energy and decide, are we looking at life, love, career, health, whatever, and then clarify with different oracle decks that I have. So let's see what's going on for Aquarius for the second half of February. What's going on with Aquarius? Second half of February. That one's obviously wanting to come out. The Judgment card in reverse. Judgment card in reverse. Let's see. What else is going along with that? What's going on with Aquarius right now? The Nine of Swords. So you're letting something, okay, so maybe it feels like you've forgiven somebody for a wrongdoing. So far, let's see, let's keep going with this. What else is going on with Aquarius right at the moment? What is going on with Aquarius? Hey, Hermit mode. In reverse. So far, it feels like it feels like you were mad at somebody. But you have decided to forgive them, and you are coming out of hermit mode. But the funny thing is I feel like the other person didn't even know that you were mad at them. So it was kind of like you were pissed about something that they did. They didn't have a clue. But you've gotten over it, whatever it was. So let's keep going with that. And there's 2 more cards. So the King of Cups. And the King of Pentacles. All right, let's think about this. That is someone that's emotions and money. So this feels like maybe somebody owed you money and there were some words about money. Maybe that's what you were mad at them about, was about that's where your emotions were coming at, was because of some money that was they owed you or something like that. Or I'm trying to think what else, what other situation. I want one more card, at least one more card to help me figure out what's going on here. What's going on with Aquarius here? What's going on? What's going on? One more card. Help me understand. Okay. Okay. All right. So, the first thing that I saw when I saw this card was commission. So it feels like maybe somebody took part of your commission, got part of your commission, got some money, made some money on efforts that you did. I feel like they maybe didn't realize it. It wasn't necessarily that they went about it in an evil way or went behind your back or anything like that, but whatever it was, you got your panties in a bunch. And you kind of gave them the cold shoulder for a while, because that would be the Hermit card, but the Hermit card is not in the upright now, it's in the reverse. So you've gotten over this situation. Whatever the case was, your panties were in a bunch for a while. But you've gotten over it. Maybe you've got the King of Cups here, so maybe you finally said something to them about this money that maybe you feel like they owed you. It's because it feels like you were the one that planted the seeds, and somebody else reaped the rewards, because it feels like it's like these 3 cards are going this way and 3 this way. So you, for whatever reason, you felt like you got the short end of the stick on that. You did the work and somebody else got the benefit from it. and you were holding a grudge there for a while about it, but you have decided that for whatever case, either you feel like they didn't do it on purpose, it's just the way things happen, you decided there wasn't any reason to be mad at them, and you have gotten over whatever issue you had with this person, and you have talked about it, you're on friendly terms, and you guys are okay. That's what it feels like so far. So I'm going to do some emotions cards here. And just see what current emotions regarding this situation, or what emotions kind of came in and out throughout that whole situation, to give me a little bit more clarity on what happened. I want that one for some reason. Hopeless in the reverse. Okay, so at this point in time, I feel like you are hopeful that that person will do the right thing. You've kind of called attention to the misdoing, and you're hopeful that they are going to do the right thing, but you are unsure that they are going to do the right thing. Because technically, I feel like they don't have to. They don't have to do what you think is the right thing. Because technically, they didn't do anything wrong. It's just that you feel like you got the short end of the stick somehow because of the situation. You've called it to their attention. You're hoping they do the right thing. Maybe you feel like giving you a referral would be the right thing to do, but they don't have to. And you're unsure if that's going to turn out in your favor. What else? What other emotions is going on in this situation? I don't think I want all of those cards. What else is going along with this? What else? There's one. Worried, concerned, troubled, uneasy. Okay, so I feel like you're a little worried that this could happen again. And you're kind of like, you know what? I'm going to let this first time slide because I can understand how it happened, but you're a little worried that it could happen again. And you're trying to figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again. Because if it happens again, then it's not going to be okay with you. What else is going on here with your emotions with this certain predicament? Resistance. So it feels like, okay, so what I'm seeing in my head is like, I feel like I'm seeing like an office setting. And I feel like oh God, the word was just there. Oh shoot. They changed policies. They changed some of the policies. Policies used to be this way. They've changed some policies, and that's why this situation happened. Policies got changed. That's why you're kind of like, I can't really get mad about it because they've changed the policies, but you're feeling a little resistance about this change. And you're also feeling a little bit grieving because you like the way things were before. And now things maybe aren't going to turn out in your favor as much as they used to. It feels like before, and see, it's funny. Gosh, hopeful in the reverse position. So this is planting seeds, and you're feeling hopeful they're going to grow. This feels like you are not feeling very hopeful that any seeds that you have planted in the past are going to grow. So you are very much feeling in lack mentality about this whole thing. You are feeling like you got the short end of the stick. You are feeling like somebody is taking something that belongs to you, and you are not happy about it whatsoever. Part of it has to do with policy changes that's happened, that's turned things in other people's favor. Whatever the case is, guilty, that was upside down, and I'm going to leave it upside down. You are not feeling guilty about your feelings. I mean, I feel like you're like going, hey, you know what? The sun did shine on me in the past, and everything was going great, and I was doing fabulous, and I'm not going to feel guilty that I was raking in the money from doing whatever this particular way. I feel like the whole thing with the policy changes at work was trying to even things out a little bit, and maybe things were a little off balance, and it was off balance and in your favor, and now they're trying to balance it, and that makes it not in your favor as much, and it is not setting well with you. Nope, I don't need any more of those. I'm gonna do, oh, my nose itches. Obviously this happened for a learning, let's just assume that this happened for a learning lesson. I want to know what lessons were being brought up for you to learn. Whether you learn them or not is your deal. Oh God, the answer is yes. Yes, there were things being brought up for lessons. Somebody was trying to teach you a lesson and you're not liking it very well. And it feels like you're being forced into a new direction and you don't like change. So this is not setting well with you. You like things the old way. You kind of like, you're stuck in the old ways and new ways are being forced upon you, and it is not making you happy because it's also not making your pocketbook happier. It's taking away from you, and so there is nothing about this situation, but the only good thing about it is whoever you were holding a grudge for in the beginning, you kind of decided to let that go because you realized it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault that they kind of came out smelling like a rose or making some money off of this particular situation or whatever. Those are too many. What else is going on? What other reasons did this come up? Why did this situation come up? Lessons to be learned. So it feels like you're kind of like playing the victim mode. Poor me, poor me. You know, it's like you're trying, you know, I don't know. It just feels like in the past, let me think about this. In the past, it feels like other people were maybe playing the victim mode and they were like, things are unfair, things are unfair. And so we'll just say the higher ups heard the cry of it's unfair, and they were trying to even it out, and now you're the one that's going, it's unfair, I feel like a victim. Like, oops. Do I want these? Okay, yeah, sure. Guide, how does that play in? Healing. Well, you know what? When I see the healing thing, it's all about balance. So somebody's trying to balance out some stuff in you, and everything about this is like your life is being forced into or guided into forced reinvention. And I feel like you're kind of like going, I am too old for this. You know, and here's an example. Like when I started selling real estate 20 years ago, there were a lot of agents that had been in the business for a very, very long time, and they were used to doing things a certain way. And then as technology kind of took over, they were forced into change, and a lot of people left the business because they were like, you know what, I'm not changing with technology. I'm not going to learn how to use this. I'm not going to learn these new lock boxes. I'm not going to learn this new system. I'm just not, I'm not. So this feels like a case of maybe that's what's going on with you, is like, you're like, I've been doing it my way too long. I'm really not interested in learning the new way. And you are being forced to take a look at things and decide, I'm either going to have to change and go with the flow of the new way of things, or I'm going to have to leave and go my own separate way because you're that stubborn. And reinvent yourself, you know, in a different location and in something different so you can have things your way. Which is fine, you know. I mean, like, nobody says you can't have things your way. I like having things my way too. Not many lessons are learned when you get to have your way all the time. I'm just going to say that. Let's get one more. Surrender to the process. And you are ascending, or I feel like you ought to be ascending. You're being forced to ascend to a different level. When the universe forces change on you, that is forced ascension. It is not your choice to ascend. You are being forced to do that. So I'm going to use these ascension cards since the ascending card came out. And let's get some last minute. This will be words of advice from the universe, from your higher self, your oversoul, your guides, past loved ones, anyone who wants to say anything to you about this situation that's going on and your resistance. Follow your inner guidance. What other words of wisdom does the universe have for Aquarius right now during this time? You are ascending. So yeah, that's the second time that's card's come up. You're being forced to ascend into a higher level of playing more fair, I guess is the feeling. Is maybe things were always your way or the highway, and now you're being forced to do things a different way, and you're not liking it, but it's happening. What else does the universe have to say to Aquarius right now about this situation? Yeah, let's take these. Connect with nature. When you're pouting, feeling mad, angry, upset about whatever is going on, feeling like the world is against you, feeling like a victim and life is unfair, connect with nature. It will make you feel better about yourself, about the whole situation. And being in nature always gives you a whole new perspective on things, or at least it does me. Cleanse and shield your energy. So I feel like you maybe had a little negative energy about this whole thing. Maybe it's like oozing out of your skin right now because you're not happy about this change, forced change that's coming on, and you need to cleanse and shield your energy because you're grumpy, maybe is the word I want to let that say. Let's get one more and then we're done. One more. Two more. Write it out. That's always good to get. If you've got feelings that are bothering you, write it out. Write out why you are resisting things. And a lot of times while you're writing, your guides will kind of come through and send a message. And by the time you get done writing out, you're going to be like, God, you know, they're right. This was kind of stupid and petty and whatever. And I just keep getting these words of forced ascension, forced personal development. The universe is forcing you to grow right now, and you really were not interested in growing, but it feels like the universe is going, yeah, you kind of been stuck in your ways for a while, and we'd like to see some growth in you. So we're going to force some stuff on you to get some movement. So that I think is it. If you're home alone on Valentine's Day, go watch the videos that are either posted or going to be coming up in the next 24 hours, depending on when you watch this, about why you're home alone, what you can do to make sure you're not home alone for next Valentine's Day, and if you've got somebody in your life, why they aren't ready to be with you right at this moment in time, what's kind of the blockages there. And otherwise, I will see you for the March 1st reading. Thanks. Bye.